Hi guys, my name is Katie or Kbdoesart, and today I'm going to be go ahead and showing you guys how to model the Tesla Cybertruck, which a couple of you guys have asked me to do. I've never done a car before really, so this should be interesting. Um, First thing I want to do is just pull in some references. So let's go into front view and I'm going to click on view, image plane, import image. And then I'm going to find my Tesla car images. Okay, so we'll do the front on this one. Click looking through camera on your image plane shape. And then let's do side X should be the side reference. So that one. Same with looking through camera here. Then let's change this one to be back view and add an image plane there with the back looking through camera. And then just change this one to, let's see, I think it's the top view that I have left. Let's see which one it is. Yeah, top view. And click looking through camera on that one as well. I'm going to keep, I think, front, top, and side for the moment. And then we'll figure out if I need to use the back view. I'm not sure. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm going to make sure to just have like a lot of reference up because obviously looking at these little pictures aren't going to help me a lot in details. So for the most part, I'm going to be trying to use this side X for sure. Let's grab a cube and I want to go ahead and edit some of these things. So like the depth, I think I want to go ahead and make it how long the car is. So let's try like 20. Oh, that's too big. So maybe like 15. Oh, that looks pretty good. You can also just grab the vertex and move them to push them around there. All right. And then I'm going to push that guy down to be like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the general shape and then add the details. I feel like that is probably the smartest way to go for now. Like I said, I haven't really built a car, so I don't know if there's like a correct way to do car building. Maybe there is. It's kind of nice that these references seem to have like majority of kind of like the detail that you would have, which I'm kind of looking at like an image 2 of the Tesla truck and what parts are like extruded or what color each part is. That'll be kind of something that I make sure to like really look for. Um, I think like the part that I think I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with is just like making sure it looks like there's like separate parts to the car and it's not just all like pieced together. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna kind of like build off of this silhouette. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. Um, let's go ahead and let's grab our multi-cut tool and I'm gonna hold control and add some middle cuts. And then I want to click Q and take these vertices and move them. So I'm gonna use this as like my top point here. And then the other points will just be the sides and whatnot. And then I'm going to take my like base shape to like the bottom of this curve here. And then I'm going to leave this part since it seems like that part is supposed to be like black. So I'm not going to have this part go over that since I think I'm going to end up like extruding that out and connecting it. All right, I need to make this little part going over the wheels, so that's going to be some more multi-cuts. I'm just adding middle cuts on each of these guys and then just select the vertices and move them. Let's see. I'm going to go into wireframe mode and do this. All right, looks like I need a multi-cut here for sure. And I'm going to put it on this point here. This guy will go here, and this one will go up here. Also need to add a multi-cut probably around here to get this like really sharp point right here. All right, I'm gonna bring this guy up. And then I'm gonna add a multi-cut here and bring this guy up there. Okay, the multi-cut right here, and take this guy, push him on down. And then that seems fine. I'm gonna push that guy in a little bit. All right. That's looking good for that silhouette. Let's work on this one. I'm gonna bring this guy on up here. I'm gonna move this guy up. Make sure you're using those arrows and not just like free transforming them. You really want to make sure you are staying like on the allotted plane and not changing it any. All right, I'm just gonna like perfect some of these points so they're really on the silhouette. I'm really gonna try and get it as close to what this silhouette is for us. Okay, that's looking good. So now you can see how that's looking. Let's edit a couple things. Obviously, we're not at the correct width. So I'm going to take these guys and press W and just push them out until they reach that top edge. And then most likely we're just going to, actually we can do this using symmetry so it's symmetrical. If you turn on symmetry X, then when you move one, it'll move like the other. So that can be kind of useful. All right, and then I'm just, for each of these, I'm going to make sure I click and drag because I also wanted to grab the one in the back that it's editing. So just make sure if, when you're selecting these, just click and drag and it'll make it easier on yourself. All right, almost there. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. These two, I'm a little iffy on them because I don't quite know where they should go. I'm gonna just put them so they're like pretty far under because they shouldn't go out this far. So I'll just put it like around here and just say that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna save this real quick so I don't miss it. Okay. All right, I'm also gonna go into this view because I'm gonna take these guys and push them in since they should not be that far out. Okay, that looks good. Okay, rest of it looks great. All right, so what I want to do now is just figure out some of these details. So what is really easy to do is just like simply make a multi-cut right where that door is. That's simple and easy to do. I'll just add those in now. You'll have to move the, there we go, like that. You have to move it. But for the most part, it lines up pretty well. Yeah, there we go. And almost on that one, got like a little curve on it. You can also add a multi-cut going, let's say, through the middle, but then take each of these vertices and correctly place them on this door line right here as detail. I'm gonna fix these ones over here too. All right, so now I've got that line going across very nicely there. Okay, I'm gonna look at my reference a bit to check out the handle situation. It seems like the handle is just like an inlay. So I would just grab your multi-cut tool and click and make those, and then click Q, go into face mode, extrude them, offset it in like a little tiny bit. Let's do like literally 0.01. And then you can take this ring, extrude it, and I guess just push the thickness in. All right, that looks good. So now we've got like just a little easy inset handle right there. So now I'm going to basically replicate that process, but with these like car, with those car lines, basically. First thing that I want to do is I want to take these. I'm trying to create this this line right here should be like out offset so that it is further out. It should come out to like there. So I'm going to, I guess, just like select that row and just push it out basically. So let's do that. I'm gonna select that one, that one, that one, this guy, this guy, this one, this one, this one, this one, that one, already selected, this guy, this one, just all the way across basically. So you see we've got them like that, and then I'm just gonna like pull them out a little bit. Maybe not as drastic. Like that maybe. All right. Looking pretty good. So let's, actually I was noticing this is a little off, so I'm just gonna push that up. Okay. There we go. As for this portion, we're going to add in some multi-cuts up here as well. I need a multi-cut to cut from like here all the way to the end. So I guess I'll just make a multi-cut. We'll make one down here and one up here. And then let's just move those vertices to follow the top and the bottom of this window slash door. I'm going to go ahead and just do that since it's kind of a tedious process. You guys can just do that, and then when you're done, continue watching. Okay, so got that all in place. Now I'm gonna add some multi-cuts. Just going, I'm just gonna cut kind of like these sections out here. So just make a cut and then click enter basically is what you want to do. I'm gonna make a cut here. That way I can make a cut from here to here. And make another cut from here to here. And then I'm actually going to take this vertex right here and move it. Make another multi-cut. And let's use this guy to make this cut right there. All right, and then we'll go from here all the way to here. Click enter. Create this one. This one. And last two. I'm just going all the way through. You don't have to go all the way through if you don't want to through this line, but okay, so this one gets a little bit tricky. I would move this vertex to be right here and then use that same vertex to cut through for that one. Okay. There we go. So we've got all our cuts in, which you can see there. From my understanding, those cuts are going to become like that black, like inlay type material. So I'm just going to leave those for now. We'll texture them to be black a little bit later. Right now, though, we can select these faces. Just all these faces that are part of like this little inlay moment here. Not those two, but we can just select all those guys. Let's see if I got them all. Yep. And let's just extrude that. And you're just going to push the thickness in a little bit on that. I don't think it's like super deep in, so maybe just like 0.05 or something. Just to give it like a little bit. You could even maybe do like 0.1. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, and then let's see. That's looking pretty good. We do need to make a handle on this side. I forgot about that. So let's grab your multi-cut tool. Let's create some vertices and click Q and move those into place. And then select that face, offset it. I think I only offset it in like 0.01, like so small. And then select that outside ring and extrude it and push the thickness in. I think I only did like 0.05, so that should be good. Okay. Also, let's fix this vertex right here and push them up to be with the other vertices. Make them all a bit more even. All right, looking good. I'm gonna kind of look at the front. There is a line being made here, but there is, when you look on the like references, there is a line that is made. So I don't think it's necessarily bad that we have that line being made. It is kind of more noticeable than the pictures. We can make it kind of like more soft by bringing out some of these vertices, making that like line a little less apparent. Since in some places it's definitely a bit excessive, I think. All right. Why don't we deal with the front of the car right now? So the front of the car looks like this is where our windshield is stopping. So let's grab a multi-cut tool. Yeah, I guess I need to make a multi-cut going here. And then there needs to be one here and here. And down here. I'm going to quickly just turn off symmetry and just put one in the middle. And then you can turn back on object X symmetry. I'm just going to take this and move it down. Take this one, move it down. That way it's just fitting that line a little bit better. And then I'm going to take this vertex and just make them a bit more aligned with that reference. All right, that seems like that's honestly about it. Oh, actually, some of these vertices are a little too far over. So like these are the vertices on the front. So that needs to come in there. This is this vertice. Oh, this one's pretty good. We'll move this one over. And this one needs to come over. And then the last one that we've got goes in the corner over here. I'm gonna just kind of make that like make it like a gradual, smooth decline down. Okay, I think now what I want to do is probably let's just real quick make some of these guys like transparent, just so I can see what parts are glass and what parts are car, that kind of thing. Also, I don't know when I made this like inlay, but I guess I made that at some point. I'm not quite sure when. So I guess I'm just gonna like push it in a little bit. You can also like scale it down. I don't know. I don't know when I did that. Hopefully you didn't, but. Okay, let's grab all these. I'm just holding tab right now to try and grab them all. You can just hold tab and drag, basically. Make sure you didn't grab any on the top or anything. Oh, see, like there's another thing that I accidentally, like just extruded outwards. I don't really know when I accidentally extruded that, but all right. Let's just assign new material to that. And I'm literally just going to go to transmission and just turn it up. And then we can also like make the color like black. So it's got like a black kind of transmission to it. Okay, this is like somehow connected. So if you accidentally did this as well, I'm just gonna delete these faces. I'm gonna grab my multi-cut tool, make a multi-cut. Guess I'll select the edge and do mesh fill hole. Add a multi-cut from here to here. And yeah, I guess that works. We'll assign that material. Let's see this one. I'll call that glass so it's easier to get. Okay, there we go. Fix that issue. I'm also going to texture, well, this face on this side needs to then have a multi-cut added as well. And then assign that glass texture to that. All right, so got the glass on the sides. Let's now select the front glass, which would be this. Assign the glass material to it. All right. Looking pretty good. Getting places, so that's good. I'm gonna select this edge and just bring it out a little bit. Same with this edge here. And this edge. Just gonna bring them out like a tad. Okay. So, a couple things. I'm gonna look at the back and what exactly the back looks like. Okay, it seems like it's just like a flat panel. Let's see what our back view looks like. I'm trying to figure out if it actually has a window in the back or if it doesn't have a window. Because right now it doesn't look like it does to me. Which is fine. That makes it easy. All right. Instead, what we can do is add in that like line of, I guess technically it would be the tail lights. First, I turned on the symmetry for object mode X because I'm just going to push in some of these things. And then I want to use probably these faces here to be the tail light. It does need to be a little bit bigger though. Let's see. Okay, let's go into back view again. I'm just gonna turn down the opacity, the alpha gain on this one, because I feel like I can't like see my object through it. Okay, so as you can see, the vertices for the back need to come down a tad. So the multi-cut for the light needs to happen much further down, like about here. There we go. So now that can be the back, would be these vertices. And then we're going to take these faces and I'm going to offset them in until it's about that thickness. And then take the ones surrounding it. And I'm just going to extrude and thicken those in a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit. You can also click R and scale them in. And then I'm going to assign a new material to those inside ones. And I'm just going to make those black since they're on the inside. And then I'm going to select these faces and make them, they look like they're like red. So I'll just make that red for the time being. You can also assign, here I'll call this one black, and then the other one was red. For the red one, you can assign an emission to it, which you can literally make it emit red light, which is kind of cool. Okay, so we got the tail light in, got the windows. The back, I guess, is just flat like that, so that's cool, I guess, for us. The front looks like it's got a line of headlights. This part is a headlight. That is, I guess, white light. So we can work on creating that. Let's go ahead and just move some vertices. I'm going to take these vertices and push them on over and up. Okay, a little bit lower, I guess. I'm going to do the same with like these vertices here. I'm going to add a multi-cut. I'm going to add 2 on both sides, 2 middle clicks. So 1 in the middle. Let's do some here as well. And then looks like this vertex needs to come down a bit. Same with this one. This one needs to go up. And that's the last one. Okay. Next, I'm just going to push these all down to be the correct height. All right, so right here in our picture is where our headlight is supposed to be, which I guess I'm just going to take this line and move it on up, scale it in, and we'll use that as that point. I'm gonna need to add like a multi-cut right there probably. Like right, I don't know if I can. So I'm just gonna take these faces and just extrude and push the thickness in a little bit, scale it down a tad, and then assign a new material to it. I guess I'll call this like white light, and we'll just up the emission on it. I don't know when I deleted the bottom of this, but if you accidentally happen to do that, Um, I think I'm just gonna select this whole edge and do mesh fill hole, and then grab your multi-cut tool and make a cut like that. Should fix it for you. Okay. We can probably start on the wheel. I'm going to find like a reference image of the wheel since they do seem pretty complex. Okay, let's go into the side view. Find your side view. Actually, we can put this in a different viewport. Hold space and hold on Maya. We can do left view because we were in right view before. And then import image, do downloads, and find wherever that download is for your image. Make sure you click looking through camera. And then just kind of need to scale it to be whatever it is. Let's see what the right view wheels look like. Okay, yeah, they're pretty small. They're like 2 of our cubes high. So then back in left view, it's probably about that size. We can also scale them down too if they end up being too big, but all right. I think I'm gonna end up creating this tire out of just a regular sphere, out of just a regular cylinder. So if you grab a cylinder, push it on over here. I'm gonna rotate it, let's see, 90 degrees on the Z axis. There we go. And let's scale it down. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to add divisions onto it to be the exact amount of divisions that we need for these interesting little details. So let's try 30. Doesn't quite look like enough. Let's try 40. That's almost the size. Let's do 60. Ooh, very close. Let's do 70. Okay, 70 is looking pretty good. So let's do a couple other detail pieces. That is just what I'm going to use as like my overall shape for the outside. I want you to go ahead and select all these faces and offset them. First to the larger circle and then to the smaller circle. Let's address this position real quick and scale it down because it does not need to be that wide. And then that seems like a pretty good size for right now. All right, I'm gonna go around and basically select every other face on this guy. So you can keep your symmetry X on right now. That actually will make it a little bit faster because then you only have to select half of the tire. But yeah, I'm just going to select half, do every other one just like that. And then you're going to extrude it and just up the thickness. And that looks about good for the thickness. So yeah. All right, that's that easy detail right there. Next are all of these really interesting little like inlays and stuff. All of this, like these cool details here. So that can happen in a couple different ways. We could just literally like multi-cut that out. Like for example, you would cut like from here to here, and then the next one would go from here to here. And then you've got basically like this face and this face that you can now um, extrude and make large. Um, Hold on. Okay. What I would do is turn off your symmetry and then just grab your multi-cut tool, and then you'll just be making cuts like that go like halfway. So first probably make a cut that goes like that. Just click, and then all it is just a cut from, let's see, you can go from just here to here, click enter, and then go here to here. And then you've got two faces that you can now extrude. And I mean, you can just do that all the way around. So I'll just keep scrolling. All right, next one. That one. And looks like this should be our last one, I think. Yeah. All right, so got those guys. Now technically you can just select those faces. All those like top triangles, and just extrude and up the thickness. Oh, okay, apparently I'm doing this on the wrong side. That's fine, we can turn it around. Okay, thickness should not be that big. 0.05 is probably fine. All right, I'm gonna move the object over to this side since apparently we're doing this wheel. All right, let's figure out all these very intricate details in the middle. It looks like it uses, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rectangular shapes, and then like some triangles in the middle. So let's make a multi-cut where these triangles end. So see, it like ends around here. And then I'm gonna move my reference over. Kind of center it out a little bit better. Okay, that's better. I want to make a multi-cut that goes from this line here and then this line here, because these edges are actually like raised. I think I'm gonna make them 3 long. I think that seems correct. To do 3 like that. There we go. All right, and then let's go to this view and literally just click W and just push them out, since it should just be like higher. And then let's take these faces. So it should go face, skip 3, then like skip a couple, do 3, skip a couple, do your 3, skip some, do 3, 3, 3. Let's make sure I got those all right. All right. Those all look good. I'm going to click W and just push them in a little bit. If that doesn't quite get you like the difference you need, you can actually extrude it and push it down. It'll be kind of up to what you think looks best. Okay. This part I think I'm going to solve with a cube, probably, just since that's a bit complex. Actually, let's do another cylinder. We can do another one. You can go ahead and rotate it 90 on the x-axis and scale it down. It's going to fit in that like middle piece there. Let's try and center it. All right, so it looks like I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divisions. So you see it fits this like center right here perfectly. So start at the wider angle, and then we'll click Q and go into face mode and select these guys and extrude them and offset them in to that center, like that. And then let's grab our multi-cut tool and add a multi-cut here. And then we're just going to be using let's add a multi-cut here and in the middle. Oh, let's go to object mode and move it on out here. There we go. All right, I want to add some multi-cuts on where those ends are. So on each side of those poles, you want to just add multi-cuts like that. They don't have to be super even. We can kind of move them, but actually, we're going to add some multi-cuts. Just middle click on each of those poles like that. And then middle click one more time on each of those. So they're all cut in half. All right, good. And then back in this view, make sure you're only select on this object. There we go. Then you're going to take this middle vertex and move it to be down in the middle. You will have to click and drag to make it actually move down in the middle. And then let's make sure that's looking good. Okay. So just moving all those middle guys in. You can add another one in the middle of each of these if you want to tighten out those corners. Um, that can be up to you if you want to do it. I'll go ahead and do it so you can see it, but you don't have to technically. All right. So now that you made that extra, you can then take that extra and push it to get that tight corner. All right, so that's what you should end up with when you move all those vertices in. That looks pretty good. We can also take that that texture and make it black. So we'll just assign a new material to it, make it black. I would up the roughness a bit so it's not like super reflective, but also I'm going to select all the faces of the car, and then I'm going to deselect the ones that I've already textured. So like all these guys I've already textured. All these guys I've already textured. Might be a little bit easier to see in face mode to see which ones are textured or are not, or are selected or not. You can also deselect these guys. Make sure you don't hit that bottom group. Okay, and then let's just assign a new material to this guy. I'm pretty sure it's all just like a light gray that's like super metallic, so you can just up the metalness on that really easily. I'm gonna click Arnold, and then let's grab a sky dome light. Oh yeah, I forgot the windows. So texture those windows to be that glass transparent again, since I missed those. Okay. Grab the front as well. Might be easier to see in the front view. There we go. You can also turn on Object X to just immediately get that other side, so you don't have to select it. Okay, good. You can assign the existing glass material onto it. And then let's combine these wheel elements. So do mesh combine. And then you can just duplicate that and just gonna push it on over. And then let's go to right view. There we go. And then let's duplicate both of those guys and rotate them. Let's see, should be, there we go, 180 on the y-axis. And then we're gonna need to push them down and over. Same with these guys. Push them down. All right, looks like I made them a little small. So we'll just select all of them, click R, and scale them up and push them up a little bit. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to scale. Couple things we'll need to add is that black part on the bottom, which I've skipped for now, but we can go ahead and start adding that in. That's going to basically be like just taking this this like row down here and just like extruding that basically. So we can go ahead and select that. It's going to go around the tires, especially on this side too. I don't remember. Let's see if it goes around. It is technically in the front, so we can do that too. And in the back. So grab that front and the back. I'm realizing that the front is not symmetrical on that side, on this left side. We can fix symmetry pretty easily in a second. So let's first just do this side. So Control E to extrude, and then we'll just up the thickness. Let's go here. You want to up the thickness all the way to, I guess we'll just go to the bottom here. Actually, what we could do is go to like the first line and then extrude again and go to the next line. And then we can move some of these vertices to best match that silhouette. So you've got like two lines. So this goes to the end of this first line, which would go right here. This would go to the end right there. So this guy goes to this one, this guy goes to this. So just select and match all your vertices to that reference. I'm gonna add a multi-cut here because this guy needs to come down to here. I'm gonna push this one here, and then I'll add a multi-cut here. That'll go there. And then let's add a multi-cut here to here. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll take that like back face, these guys, and extrude up the thickness to about like, I guess here, and then extrude and up it again. And then use those as vertices to push them into place. So like this one will go here. This one will go here. All right, and then I'm going to take this back face and extrude it and up that thickness. And then take those vertices and just push them into place like that. We'll do the same over here with this face. So face mode. I'm going to add a multi-cut, cutting this guy. Click Q, grab this face. Actually, let's just take this vertex right here that I just made. Let's take these two vertices and just push W. Let's take these vertices and click Q, push them down, and then I'm going to add a multi-cut here and push this vertex in. All right, and then I'm going to add a multi-cut just going across like that right there. And this guy will go here. There we go. We can also add a multi-cut going from here to get that like straight line going there. I'm going to take this vertex and push it here. And this one will go next to it, right there. And I'm going to make a multi-cut going from here to there. Click enter. Let's go ahead and extrude these faces on the bottom. Need it. So face mode. And just take those faces on the side. Extrude up that thickness. And extrude one more time and up the thickness. And then we can just push these vertices around to where we need them to be. So this one will go here. I'll just leave that one there. Bring those down. All right, last two of those guys. Perfect. All right, let's fix this side now. I'm gonna use this guy. Let's see. This guy can end. Yeah, actually, let's push this guy up here to right there. Let's add a multi-cut here. This guy will go up here to this part. And this will be this corner here. So just follow all these lines, just like we did on the other tire. All right, I'm going to add a multi-cut here. And this will be used as this intersection, and this will be this one. All right. Let's go ahead and we're going to take this face under here. Let's see. There we go. Should be this face. You're going to extrude it and just up the thickness all the way down. And then we'll move the vertices to there and there. And then last one is we'll take this face and extrude it down, thickness up, and we'll take the vertices, move that one there, and move that one down here. Okay. So now we've got that rim on the bottom. We'll need a texture of black. So we can go into face mode and just start selecting those guys. You can select tab and click one and then double click the next to make it a little bit faster. And then select all these guys on the back. All right, there we go. We'll assign a new material to that. Shader, AI standard surface, and we'll just make it black. You can up the roughness on that a bit. There we go. Oh yeah, I was talking about how the front was a little messed up. Let's see. It's not a huge deal. Because really what I would do is probably just add a multi-cut here, take these faces, and then just extrude and up the, I guess we just push W instead of extruding. Go to that point, extrude, tilt it. Try to get to this point right here. And then do it one more time. That's most likely what I would kind of just do to remedy that. We can also take this and make that section as well. Let's take these faces and texture them that black texture too. There you go. Oh, I missed a face here. Okay. Looks good. We're getting places. Let's see how it looks in Arnold's render view. We can grab like a plane for it to sit on. I usually assign a new material to this guy and I make it this checker texture. So we've got kind of like something to go off of. There we go. Looks pretty cool. A couple of things that we're missing would be like how the tires are connected to each other. So that would just be a cylinder, which we can bring over here. Let's rotate it 90 degrees on the z-axis. We're going to make it really long, but we want it pretty thin, right? So for that to happen, I would scale it down, but scale it taller. So scale it in, but make it taller. Actually, I think the thing is probably about like that big. Then we can attempt to kind of like center that, scale it down if it's too big. That looks good though. We can assign a new material to that, which is like a black metal. So I'd make it black, but make it really metallic. We'll title this one Black Metal. We can duplicate that and bring it on to the back for these tires. There we go. All right, so that's looking pretty good. You can also, I think usually they have like 2 more cylinders that are a little bit thinner and they curve up like that into the body of the car. Let's see. That looks like it's pretty good. I'm gonna angle it a bit more. Okay, there we go. So you can duplicate that, and then you're just going to rotate it the negative direction and push it on over. And then duplicate both of those, and we'll push them into the front up here. There we go. There's obviously so many more parts that would go along with this. I'm just kind of like really quickly grabbing things from references that makes this look a little bit more real. I kind of think this would almost be like if I was to make like a miniature model of a Tesla truck, you know, what would I want in it? And those are the things that I'm trying to kind of include. All right, that seems pretty accurate to me for the most part. I think we've got most of what I wanted to include. Obviously, I haven't put anything in the car, which is kind of difficult since technically now you can see through the car with the transparent windows. Um, Also, I'm realizing whatever this is, I don't really, I don't really know what happened there. Okay, I guess it's, I guess that's fine. Just deleted that. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Um, I'm gonna take these two guys and just push them down. Same with those two. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I would probably do just for like texturing purposes, let's just first delete all the construction history on the main body. And then for that like black glass, under transmission, I would probably just like make it a bit more gray, a bit less like transparent. Okay, so as you can see, it's then like a little bit less see-through, which can be kind of nice. For the most part though, it's looking pretty good. The one thing that I want to kind of edit is probably that metal texture, um, which is this guy. I think I'm just gonna like up the roughness a little bit, take down the metalness a bit. Just because it is more rough in pictures for sure. And that glass, you can completely take the roughness off of the glass because it doesn't need to be rough, right? Also, this wheel is not facing the correct way. I'm a little confused what happened to him. So scale that guy 180 on the z-axis or rotate it 180. I don't know what quite happened there, but he did not get rotated correctly. All right, honestly, for first car, not bad at all. I'm gonna make this face right here the glass texture. Oh, actually, it's because this guy should not be. This guy should be the metal, which is I think 6 for mine. Same with on this side. Should be the metal texture. There we go. All right. That was kind of a complicated challenge. I'm glad for whoever recommended that. I really like that. I don't usually get to do really complicated stuff like that. I wish I knew a little bit more about texturing. I would love to like dive into this and like really figure out how to texture it. Also for the front, let's grab these like front faces and extrude them and just like down the thickness just like a little bit. That way like it actually looks like it insets there. All right. Um, that is about it. So if you guys have any questions on this, if you guys have any advice on how to better model it, I would love to hear your guys' tricks and tips, all of that kind of fun stuff. But that is it um for this tutorial. So yeah, hope you guys had fun with me. I will see you guys next time. Yeah, bye guys.